You've got yourself something funky.
Boom, it's me. Right, it's that time of the week where we meet back up with the Spice Freak and we find out what goodies he's been and discovered. There is going to be a little bit of a difficulty tonight because my laptop has decided that it's really struggling and it's causing a bit of lag. So me and Corin will be a little bit out of sync tonight. So here we are.
Hello there. I'm in
Hello
sync.
there. You're in sync. It's me that's out.
Apparently so. Right. So how do you want to do this? You want a bit more of an introduction, or do we get straight on to the sources?
I think we'll let you do most of the talking because otherwise I'm out of sync.
Okay, well, I think this time, probably best I start off with showing you all three at once, so you can see we got a little bit of a green, yellow, red going on. These are the three sources I got this week from, is it Boss Brothers? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Source with a B anyway. Hot sauce subscription box. They had a 50% off. I figured, might as well give it a go. Especially as one of them was a company I was interested in looking at already. But we're going to start with the Wolf's Kitchen, jalapeno and lime. I don't know what they sent me. And this is onion, white wine vinegar, chili, 14%. Doesn't specify what, but I mean, it says jalapeno and lime, so it better be jalapeno. Green pepper, lime juice, garlic, rapeseed oil, demerara sugar, water, and sea salt. So you can see it's a pretty thick one. It's definitely got a creamy oil blended consistency.
I'm just going to go.
And yeah, a little bit sweet, very smooth, quite creamy. Definitely has an onioniness to it, but also has a strong tang of the lime and similar. And honestly, I really, really like that. Definitely got a good kick to it for a jalapeno sauce as well.
Whereabouts would you rate it heat-wise?
2.5, maybe even 3.
That's quite a good kick for a jalapeno sauce.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a crazy heat at all, but it's quite a lot for the chili that goes into it, and it's quite a sharp one too, because of the lime and stuff. And yeah, flavor-wise, that's great. And that's, for me, that's a tuna pasta salad sauce, but it'll go on chicken, it'll go on regular salads, it'll probably go on Mexican food as well, just because it's got that jalapeno and lime.
Yeah, the lime flavor.
The onion does come through quite strongly too. Yeah, that one I'm a fan of.
So then we have sauce of the night is already a winner.
Then we have from Vicky's Kitchen the hot pepper sauce, Caribbean style, with Scotch bonnet, and they clarify the yellow one, as though you needed to clarify with this color. This looks like turmeric to me. Do we actually have turmeric in this? Yes, we do. Fairly far down. Yeah, it's also got mustard, and it's also got horseradish, which is interesting.
Oh, so you're going to be a little bit of a salt in the taste buds from all angles.
Because this looks like a very standard Bayesian style sauce. You know, your Scotch bonnet, onion, mustard, that sort of thing. But the turmeric in there, never seen that before. Oh, not the turmeric, what am I saying? The horseradish I've not seen before. Turmeric I have, but only once or twice. This one you can see a little bit thinner than the last.
It's a fair bit thinner than the last.
Still not too thin, I wouldn't say, but still fairly thin by your standards. So there is mustard in there, but it is very heavy on the yellow pepper, the Scotch bonnet itself. And I can taste a little bit of the horseradish, and there's definitely heat all around every bit of the back of my mouth and a little bit across the tip of my tongue too. It is definitely a lot of varieties of heat that go into that.
Would you consider it sweet, salty, bitter, sour?
There's definitely a bit of saltiness to it. There's also an almost MSG style umami, but I wouldn't say it's particularly sweet. I wouldn't say it's particularly sour or bitter.
Heat rating?
Maybe a tiny bit less than the last one, but still about a 2.5, and it definitely lingers in a way that the previous one didn't.
Sounds quite interested in this one.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a standard Bayesian style, but it definitely has a lot more of the pepper than most, flavor-wise. Do they say anything specific as to what to do with this?
Kevin was about to ask the exact same question. What would you use it on?
So they just say to share the rich diversity of the region's cuisine, which seems like a cop-out, because for me, this is going to go really nicely at a cheese toasty or something. I reckon. It might not be overly mustardy, but it's definitely going to go well in places that take a mustard sauce well.
Splash it over your gammon, egg, and chips.
Yeah, I could see that definitely.
I think I might have to have a look at getting a bottle of that. It sounds interesting, that one.
Yeah, that's Vicky's Kitchen's yellow sauce. I'm also going to have to go to them directly at some point, though, because they have a green Scotch bonnet one, which, I mean, when have you ever seen green Scotch bonnet in anything?
Never, because most people don't eat them while they're green.
Exactly. It's very unusual, and I want to see what that does. So I'm going to have to go pick one of those up sometime. And the third of the bunch, Loving Foods, is fermented hot sauce, which sounds, and from the way it pours, looks like a really generic Louisiana-style, just red pepper and vinegar one, right?
That looks very, very runny.
Yeah, you can see it's got a bunch of chunks stuck in the neck, but it is otherwise very, very liquid. However, the liquid isn't all vinegar like you might think. The vinegar is the last ingredient, and what's actually giving it the liquid is smoky kimchi juice.
What's that?
So kimchi is, I think it's Korean, fermented cabbage, basically. I've had a kimchi sauce or two in the past, very much like them over macaroni cheese or burgers.
Even Jason?
If you've ever had a vegan burger and it's been horribly, horribly dry, put kimchi on it. It makes it so much better.
You're not going to convince me on that. As soon as you said it was made of cabbage.
Yeah, I know it's a weird idea, and I wasn't totally sold on it till I tried it, but the kimchi in this is cabbage, pak choi, radish, onion, ginger, chili, garlic, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, tamari, which is a soy sauce that's gluten-free, I believe, and then Celtic sea salt. Outside of that, it's got red pepper, red chili, and cider vinegar, and that's it. So it really is the kimchi juice in place of most of the vinegar that makes this one special.
I think I'm just curious about that one because it's something I can't imagine it in any shape, form.
I'm going to be very careful with this because it is very liquid. So it is still a bit acidic. Definitely, because the acidity is still coming in from the kimchi juice. But it also has an almost celery-like quality from the fermented cabbages. And it's a lot stronger. Compared to other kimchi things I've had in the past, this is a lot stronger on the cabbage and pak choi. So, if you don't like those, this may not agree with you. But as you can see, I've got through a fair bit of this already. Because, I only opened the 3 today, but this one happened to go really nicely on my stir fry, so.
Kevin is just saying there, it sounds good for eggs.
Yeah, I could see it.
I think I'm going to take some convincing on that one.
I mean, fermented red chili forward ones tend to go well on eggs. This one just has a bit more of that kimchi and cabbage quality to it. On its own, genuinely quite a weird flavor, but over the stir fry, I did really enjoy this. So, if you find it interesting, it's definitely worth trying because it does work very nicely on food, and it is quite.
It does seem like it's one of those ones that works better on food than like some of the Encona sauces. If you ever tried to put them in your mouth, they're absolutely vile, but
Oh, they're real salty on their own.
put them on the right food and it comes through a bit.
Yeah, it definitely does have a fermented tang to it, Kevin.
Evening, James, dude.
It is definitely a tangy sauce, this one.
Where would you rate that one on heat?
And they're all around the same heat-wise. This one I might go as low as a 2, but if so, it's a high 2.
So basically, all three sauces that you've seen tonight, safe for virtually everybody.
Yeah, they definitely have a kick to them, but they're safe for most people.
Yeah, they're not going to hurt anybody. They're average heat-wise.
Yeah. Yes, Stu. Most sauces are better for food, but some there's more of a difference than others.
Some are just absolutely vile until you put them with food.
Do you remember? I'm trying to see if I can see it on my shelf, and I can't. But if you remember, I had the Hot Ones Classic, I think it was. Their mildest sauce, but remade with Pepper X instead of the chilies it was supposed to have. And that was very hot, very vinegary, had that sort of soft fruit quality to it that the Pepper X usually does, and quite green chili, and just over macaroni cheese or something, or wings or anything like that. I really quite enjoyed it as just an unusual green chili kind of flavor. On its own, shockingly, horribly vinegary.
I find that with Tabasco sauces as well, you know, the McKilkenny sauces. On their own, nobody in their right mind would go anywhere near them, but
I find them a little more palatable on their own than that Hot Ones Classic, but even so, about the same sort of thing, yeah. All sauces obviously are meant to go on food, but there's a lot more difference between how they are on food and how they are on a spoon than others.
That was not me. Noise. That was not me.
Oh, it did sound quite distant.
But she is giggling.
Okay. So that's all the sauces for today, but we do have a few other things from somebody in the group.
I agree, Jason. You're right, it did. Right, so now we're going to move on with the chili goodies.
Yep. So this one specifically is the one that I asked for because I had a test batch of these before they were released, and the jalapeno and mint was gorgeous. This, from what I've seen, well, I got 2 of these. I tried the other one. It doesn't seem to be mint-based anymore. So what did I say? It doesn't seem to be jalapeno-based anymore.
We will clarify this is not a bar of soap.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you the back again. This is mint candy fudge. It is not a bar of soap, and I would not suggest washing yourself with this.
Although if you can do it, we would like a video.
It's probably likely to get you too spicy.
It would be interesting to see somebody use one as a bar of soap.
Yes, but I don't think it'll be effective. All right, let me break a piece off. So you can see a little bit there. It's not too clear on the camera, but little red pieces. You can see that this is not jalapeno, not green jalapeno anymore.
Close up.
Yeah, I tried. It didn't help. I tried.
Corin's just using it as an excuse to eat fudge.
Maybe.
It is very good fudge, by the way. For all those people that don't usually like fudge, this is not the same. Try it, you'll like it.
No, it's a great quality fudge. And it has a good heat to it. I mean, that's a solid 3.54 kind of heat. It's definitely hotter than any of the sauces.
Ignore me, the heat's gone up.
Yeah, the early version, the jalapeno-based one, wasn't quite as hot as this. Just to give you an idea of the consistency, that's how it pulls apart, and that's how it squishes.
It's like fondant.
Almost, but it doesn't taste like fondant, because fondant I find is a bit...
Too sweet.
Well, too sweet and not enough anything else.
It's just too sweet for me. Don't go near that.
There's definitely also a hint of super hot chili to it. Flavor-wise, not a lot, but you can tell it's there.
We're just going off the rate of how fast you're shoveling it in, and we're giving it a satisfaction rating, and right now it's right up there.
I'm enjoying it, but I definitely think I should stop this one for now. Move on to the others before I consume too much of the chili that's in this, because, well, it is going to build. I'm going to have a sip of my milk, and then I'll move on to the next one.
And that was the mint one, by the way.
Yeah. Not overly minty, but nicely so. And definitely not that fake toothpastey mint you get sometimes. I probably should also point out thickness of that bar compared to the thickness of this bar. There is a little bit of variation. He's definitely given me more of the mint than any of the others.
One might be longer than the other.
They don't seem to be too much so, but I don't know. There is a little bit of a difference between these two, so maybe. Right, so, I just realized that mint was the hot one. The vanilla jelly bean here is supposedly the medium.
Vanilla jelly bean.
So this one's probably closer to the heat of the sauces. We'll try this next then, because I don't want to go right on to the super hot. Also said on the mint one that it was batch number 4, and this one's batch number 3. That implies that the vanilla jelly bean is a slightly newer addition to the range.
Kevin Tilly's just said this one's awesome.
You can see the jelly beans through the fudge as well. Oh, yep, cross-section for you there. There's a whole jelly bean embedded in it. Right, I'm going to do a big chunk of this one. Hopefully it's saying medium means a little milder than the other.
Not that would have made no difference. He was still doing a big chunk anyway.
Well, yes, but if it was too hot, I'd suffer for it. Oh, what, James? I didn't think I was Darth Vader or helium. Yeah, the fudge itself, nice and vanilla-y. The jelly beans, no specific fruit flavor, but definitely fruity. And it is a great combination. Heat-wise, not a lot after the last one. This one I could happily munch, well, for the rest of stream if I wanted.
What I like about this fudge, some fudge, it's overly sweet and you can feel the sugar texture still in it, and you don't get any of that with this. It's just
These are
smooth
nice.
and
Apart from the jelly beans, obviously.
Yeah, but other than that, the fudge itself just vanishes. It dissolves.
It also doesn't. It's also not one of the really firm fudges that gets stuck in your teeth and you have to keep chewing and chewing and chewing.
No, just dissolves. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's good fudge. And this is the super hot one. This is orange and coconut. And this is only batch 2, so either he's not selling as much of the super hot, or this is a newer addition to the range again.
It rules me out because it's got coconut in it for a start, and I just detest coconut.
Well, we'll see how much it tastes of coconut, but... Oh, dear God. You can see the speckles in that.
Can you smell coconut yet?
Full of chili. No, not particularly. I'm just going to take a little chunk to get me started.
Since it is the super hot one.
Not tasting very much to start. There's a hint of orange zest or something. I don't need to have another piece.
Bigger piece.
Okay, bigger piece it is. There you go. That's about double the size then.
It doesn't take much pushing with fudge, does he?
Oh, there we go. That's a bit of the heat. Let's see how that builds.
Evening, John, dude.
Interesting. It's definitely not hitting as suddenly as the mint one did. I mean, if I let it grow, it might get there. But the amount of powder I can see, there's surprisingly little heat. And the flavor is quite light on this one.
Does the coconut come through yet?
No.
Nope.
I'm not really getting the coconut. I'm going to try a little bit more. This, you can see the little white flecks in, so maybe that'll get me some of the coconut flavor. Maybe that's where it is. 1 second. I have someone at the door.
There's somebody at the door.
Yeah, everything's good there. Yeah, little hints of the coconut and the flakes there. Still surprised at how not as hot as I was expecting this seems to be so far.
The mint one seems like it was hotter.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now some of that's kicking in, but... Sort of around the sides of the front of my mouth. There's some decent warmth to that, but... I don't know, I feel like it's about the same strength as the mint one at this point, but... The mint one hit me... Oh, maybe... I don't know. It's a very different heat, either way. And it takes a long time to grow on you, this one. Which I'm surprised, because I could have sworn the chilies in this one tasted like super hots.
And the one.
This would just be more of the same. But it really doesn't hit me like more of the same.
I think the cooling effect of the mint in the mouth might have made the other chilies seem hotter than they were.
Possibly. Mint and chili interact very interestingly sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, personally, not as impressed with that one. Mint one's great. The jelly bean is absolutely gorgeous. That one, yeah, definitely it's grown some heat by now, but could use a little more of the flavor, maybe.
Going off how much you ate, I think the jelly bean won there.
Yeah. And the mint's real good too, but A, the mint's harder to eat a lot of, and B, the jelly bean really is that nice.
Because she's going back to it.
Yep.
Out of the 3 sauces, which would you say was the best?
The jalapeno one was my favorite.
Your favourite?
I mean, the other 2 were great as well. This one was great on my stir fry. And this one's just a very nice, unique Scotch bonnety sauce.
That's the one that I was interested in. That one was more for me.
Well, I'm definitely going to go back to Vicky's Kitchen, so you'll probably see them again. I don't know whether you'll see that one, but you'll definitely see the green one in future, and who knows, maybe more.
Is there a website for Vicky's Kitchen?
It definitely is, because I've been there before, but once again, I forgot to look it up ahead of time. Let me open a new tab and see what I can find.
We won't be long. Kevin Tilly says they do an awesome barbecue paste as well. So yeah,
nice.
Vicky's Kitchen as
here
well.
We go.
VicKitch.com. Vicky'sKitch.com.
Oh, just Vic Kitch. So VICKKITCH.
Couldn't possibly unite James, dude.
Let's see. We got the red one, the green one, the yellow one. A smoked Scotch bonnet barbecue sauce, which sounds pretty good. Sweet chili jam, pineapple chili jam, barbecue mashup. Ooh, blueberry chili jam. Gotta get some of that.
Kevin's saying she does a lot of festivals. That's where he got his. So I'm hoping that she might be at either Chili Bob's or the Big Feasty.
You can but hope.
Evening, Gareth, dude. You probably just missed everything, but
yeah, we're just looking at the website for this company now. Really,
I'm sure Corin wouldn't mind eating all that fudge again.
Well, a bit of a problem. I'm out of the jelly bean.
Have you eaten all that jelly bean?
Yeah, I've just finished the jelly bean.
Right, so there you go. Jelly bean definitely won.
Yeah. The mint was good, but the jelly bean definitely won.
Yeah.
There's the mint for you. And these are chiligoodies.co.uk, but I'm sure you all know that by now.
Now, we need to get a new disclaimer written up that, about diabetes, because the amount of sugar you've just eaten in one go.
Oh, and they do a pineapple chili jam chocolate as well.
Our audio has gone in and out now.
Oh, am I not staring close enough to my mic or something?
No, we're out of sync again.
Oh, okay, right. That's just your computer problem. Cool.
Yep, that's just my computer overheating. This has nothing to do with the Dill's noises.
Yeah, Gareth. So the one I have is this yellow one, which is very nicely yellow Scotch bonnet. A little bit less Bayesian than I was expecting in terms of certainly less like the standard Bayesian sauce, but there's some nice horseradish in there. You definitely get the mustard coming through a bit. Going to go really nicely on a toasty and probably a whole bunch of other things besides. Would recommend, but I'm also very interested in the blueberry chili jam, the smoked Scotch bonnet barbecue, and the green Scotch bonnet sauce. So probably be seeing more from Vicky's Kitchen in the future. Oh, would it work on steak, you say? Probably would. Barbecue needs more heat, you say. Yeah, I can imagine that's a common problem with barbecue sauces for you lot. Because a lot of them do tend to be on the milder side.
I like the chipotle from Flavor Before Fire because I use it instead of barbecue sauce, and it does have a quite decent bit of heat in it.
And as a chipotle, it's going to be nice and smoky anyway, so
yeah,
probably most of the way there to barbecue.
Yeah, I use it instead of barbecue. I think we've got audio again.
I didn't say anything for a second, so I don't know.
No, I got your lips moving half an hour afterwards. I could still hear you talking, but your lips weren't moving at all.
Well, I think that's it for me today anyway, so.
Well, with that one, I think that's...
Catch you next week and hopefully not have as many technical difficulties. Right?
Yeah, yep. Right, yeah, we've what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop Corin out and say goodbye to Corin. What was happening there is we couldn't talk at the same time because as I was talking, I was seeing his lips move, but there was no audio coming out, or sometimes anyway, there was audio problems. I'm going to get myself out. That was Nuke Chilli-heads. I was Lucifer's son, and that was Corin's Lost, the Spice Freak. Bye, guys.